So mine's kind of filled with, overwhelmingly with golden retriever videos.
That's adorable.
Okay. They're so cute.
The little hat.
I can't.
L is for the way you look.
Like on this and I just can't stop. I keep going.
It's addicting. It really is. It's an endless stream of adorable content.
Right.
I get the draw. Like, I understand why people love TikTok.
And of course, there you are on my feed often.
What are wine garden rights? I'm so glad that you asked. So
These are great.
Yeah, it's really taken off. It's been a lot of fun and people are really engaged.
And you seem to enjoy it, I might say.
It is a lot of fun. I do kind of like being the resident TikTok star.
For the New York State AFL-CIO, I'm Darcy Wells, and this is Union Strong.
We are Union Strong.
Union Strong.
We are Union Strong. We are Union Strong.
Union Strong.
Union Strong.
Union Strong. Union Strong.
Union Strong.
Joining me on the podcast today is our communications and campaigns coordinator, Liz Sutton. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Darcy.
She's also our rock star TikTok person here at the State Fed. So we're going to be talking TikTok today. Liz, start by just explaining to us, what is TikTok? How would you explain it to somebody what it is?
Sure. Well, TikTok is one of the hottest social media platforms right now. It only came onto the scene as we know it in 2018. It's the fastest growing social media platform that we've ever seen. It's the app of choice for young folks like Gen Z, but there's more, millennials and other generations starting to hop on as well. It's a short form video app. It's extremely immersive. So when you scroll from post to post, there's kind of no dead space. It really just brings you from like one video to the next, which is a new kind of scrolling.
And do you think that is what the appeal is, or what is the appeal? Is it just that mindless videos? We all know like videos are where it's at. That's how you get messaging across the best. That's what resonates with people. That's what people want. Is that what the appeal is with TikTok, do you think?
Yeah, well, I think that social media has been kind of eroding at our attention spans for, over a decade now. And I think that's kind of paved the way for these short form videos to really take off. There is so much content for us, available to us every day. And there are just not enough hours in the day to watch it all. So when you have a lot of shorter videos to consume, you're much more likely to go for that than like to commit time to the longer video. And I think that's really helped TikTok thrive.
So I want to go through a little bit about how it works and some of the best practices, but let's talk a little bit about why we wanted to be on TikTok. And as I said, so you started our TikTok account here at the State Fed, but really we want to be where people are, right? And especially with the younger audience. Mm-hmm. And that's where people are on TikTok. Was that how you approached it?
Yeah, absolutely. TikTok is kind of the next frontier. It's where all of the newer generations of union members and like the future generations of union members are going to be. We've got members that are on there as well. It's the next up and coming thing. And, I think we always try to be like early adopters of, wherever people are going. It's hard to guess sometimes, but it's pretty obvious now that TikTok is popular. It's here to stay. And it's a fun and engaging way to get our message out.
So when someone goes on, like when I opened my account, we were joking at the beginning of the program. I love golden retrievers. So that's what I started seeing in my feed. So how does that work? Like, I just go on for the first time and knows nothing about me. Mm-hmm. And I did search for our account. So now I'm getting those union TikToks, but how does it work? How does it know what to feed me?
Sure. So one of the reasons that TikTok is so popular is because of their algorithm, which is really the secret sauce. And that is how they decide what to serve you. So there's what's called your For You page. And it's just trying to learn whatever it can about you. So when you watch a video, how many times you watch that video, if you comment on it, if you like the video, who you follow, anything that it can learn about you, it takes that all into consideration. And then from there, it decides what it's going to deliver to you.
So it must also decide, because at the beginning, I wasn't commenting on anything. I wasn't liking anything. How long maybe I stay on one video. So I'll have comedians on there too, and I might listen to the whole clip.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch time is a huge factor for that algorithm.
So now we're hearing from some of our affiliates too, and they want to get involved. They want to get accounts going. Tell us some of the best practices. I'm one of our affiliates, maybe listening to this or watching this, and I want to start a TikTok account. What do you think that they should do first?
Sure. So first, of course, you got to open up a TikTok account, and when you're doing that, I want you to think about a little bit about search engine optimization, which is not like the most exciting topic ever, but TikTok, like I said, with the algorithm, it decides what to serve people like based on like keywords also. So for example, in our name, I put, NYS AFL-CIO abbreviated, but I also put Union Strong because that's going to help, TikTok like determine what kind of account we are and get us shared to the right people. You want to be thinking very hard about your bio and your username and the words that you're using because it's very important to help get your videos in front of the right eyes.
Okay. And I would imagine much the way we launched this podcast, maybe one thing to do too is to just start searching through other unions, right? And seeing what people are putting out there, maybe for some ideas.
Absolutely. If any kind of like marketing, you always want to see what, your peers are doing, and it's a great way to get inspiration. So I think just like spending some time in the app is a really important place, to start. I would recommend maybe starting a personal account first as you're poking around. Mm-hmm. And then with your union account, you want to search or you want to watch the videos very intentionally because that For You page, what shows up on there can be helpful to you. For example, I watch a lot of videos on the State Fed TikTok about, from marketing influencers who find all the trends for me. We'll get into trends a little later, but it makes my job a lot easier because it's served right to my For You page. Like, here's what's trending right now. And that's their bread and butter is getting those things out, and it's helpful to me. And because I watch those videos on almost exclusively on the State Fed feed, in addition to like our affiliates and, their union videos, that gets served to me and it's really helpful.
So how much time do you spend on TikTok?
Ooh. It's a very invasive question.
Yes. Never mind. We won't get into that. The thing is, it's so addicting, right?
It can be hours. Seriously. Yeah. It's, on a good day, I'm spending, an hour or less on a day where,
you're working on something.
I'm working on something or I'm even just relaxing and I just get sucked in. I can spend hours on TikTok.
You definitely can get sucked in. Mm-hmm. I said I wasn't going to, and then sometimes I might be waiting on somebody and and then what happens is you're looking and then you're going, look at this one, look, and it's so annoying to the other person, I think.
Yes. Famous last words. I'm
right.
not going to get sucked in.
And you do. So that's why we're there too, because people are getting sucked in.
Yep.
So what about how difficult is it to navigate within the platform? I mean, you get an idea and you're recording a video. Mm-hmm. You do that all within the software, within the platform, and you're not doing it separately and then loading it? How does that work?
Yeah, so I think it's a personal choice. I think the easiest way to record is right in the TikTok app because then you can save drafts. I tend to record a lot of videos at once to get it all done, and then I can post them throughout the week. Makes the job a lot easier when you're pre-planning your content. I would recommend that on any social media platform, really. But there are other tools that you can use. I know a lot of folks really like CapCut. And that can be really good for, any video editing, but also if you wanted to say, highlight a tweet, you can take a screenshot of the tweet and then put some kind of B-roll behind it, which would make it appropriate for TikTok where you can't just, put the screenshot of the tweet up on TikTok. That wouldn't work just by nature of the platform. Mm-hmm. I use Canva for that also. I use Canva for a lot of things.
When you say you might take a tweet and then you add B-roll, explain to people what B-roll is.
So it's kind of like filler video. So I'll give you an example. I think that's kind of the easiest way to explain it. Say we went to a rally and we took some video at a rally of just people marching, holding signs. And then we did a tweet about it later, just about the rally that we really wanted to get out there. Mm-hmm. We might take a screenshot of that tweet and then put it over the B-roll from that rally. So you would see in the back behind the tweet, people holding signs and, marching.
Right. So it's kind of putting the pictures to the words.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving them an image.
Tuck to hang the hat on.
Exactly. Okay. So how difficult is it to edit on TikTok?
There's a learning curve, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. You'll see like people have videos that are timed like perfectly with music. And there are tools to help you with that. And once you like explore a little bit and like figure out the tools that are there for you to use, it gets easier and like you can do some like cool things.
So are you holding the camera yourself, or are you putting it on a tripod?
I do a little bit of both, but I would definitely recommend getting a tripod if you're serious about your TikTok strategy, because you'll need it, or you might need it depending on what your style is.
And what about the length of them? Because TikTok, when it first started, you were limited, right?
Yeah, oh gosh, I think that we're up to 10 minutes now that you're allowed to record, but that kind of video, it's definitely not their bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Short TikToks are better, I would say.
Because that's the whole thing, right? People just want to scroll through.
Yeah. And like, what's also really important, like, other than, you might be able to get someone to watch a full 2-3 minute TikTok, but you're not going to do that unless you have a hook right in the beginning. Your first sentence needs to have something that attracts people, catches them, and makes them stop the scroll. Because if you like add some filler words or like, even if you just start out with like, hey guys, I'm excited to talk to you about this.
Mm-hmm.
No one needs to hear that. Just dive right into it because you're going to lose them.
Right. That, hey guys, I'm going to talk to you about this. You've already lost me because I don't know what this is. Just say it.
Yep,
Got
exactly.
it. Okay. So then talk about the trends. You mentioned this a little bit earlier. Why is that so important?
Trends, TikTok is kind of dominated by trends, in my opinion. There's always like a lot of sounds going around that everyone is jumping on. And maybe there's like a certain like move or something you're supposed to do to that sound, or like a format that goes with it. So your trending sounds are just sounds that people are using. It could be like songs like that you might hear on the radio.
Yo no soy envidia, soy tu bizcochito, pero tengo todo lo que tiene delito. Que me pongan nena, soy como derrito.
Or it could be original sounds that some creator on TikTok made and then everyone just started jumping on.
So when you're talking about the trends, I mean, you do that. I mean, that's what you do, right? So give us an example of one that you've used recently.
Yeah. So quite a few months ago, Cielo Luna was a really popular. So I found that sound by searching trending sounds and just scrolling through TikTok. And, I thought about how I could apply it to our message. And that's what I do with all of the trending sounds, really, is I look at what they are and think if there's any way that I can make it fit into our message.
And then a lot of it's with memorization, right? Because you've got to mouth the words sometimes and get it just right. I mean, that's part of the appeal, that people can do that and it's not actually them saying it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it does take a little bit of practice. If I usually close my office door and then the folks around me might hear the same sound playing over and over and over again. And even, the TikToks, other than just the trending sounds, even just talking to the camera, is a one way. If you don't like to dance or you don't like to try to, to memorize things like that, then you can just talk to the camera about your message. And there are actually apps out there that can help you remember what to say. Kind of like a closed captioning kind of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll include that in the show notes. It's like a tool that folks can use because that's another, it's still hard to learn to remember what to say sometimes,
Sure.
even if you're not dancing.
And then what about music, the use of music? What about copyright? How does that work?
So TikTok has licensing agreements with all of the creators of the music or the owners of the music on the platform. So if it's on the TikTok platform, you don't have to worry about copyright issues. It's free and clear to use. TikTok pays for the usage of that music.
So you can just select music from what they give you a choice?
Yeah, they have a huge library. And I think it's really important to note that they also have a commercial sounds library. So if you have a business account, you can only use commercial sounds because they assume that whatever you post is going to be trying to sell something.
Mm-hmm.
So I would actually recommend against creating a business account. I don't think there are many real perks because you can still get some analytics with the personal account. And that's what we use. And so we have that whole library of the full TikTok music library available to us. And if you're doing if you happen to be promoting a TikTok or using, a TikTok ad, then you would just have to pick something from the commercial library. But when you're not doing that, you're free and clear to use their full library.
There's no cost to being on TikTok?
Nope, there's no cost to being on TikTok. If you wanted to do there's two kinds of paid TikToks that you can do. So you can do a TikTok ad, which would direct folks to a landing page. So you would put your video together and then they would tap and go to whatever page you want to send them to on your website or elsewhere. Or there's promoted TikTok. So if you made a TikTok video and you wanted to get that out to a wider audience, you could promote that TikTok specifically.
All right. So just to recap for anybody who's thinking, okay, I'm ready to dive in and start my TikTok account. Don't be intimidated. Have fun with it, right? Don't overthink it. Start looking around at what others are doing. And then, in trends, of course, that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that the biggest takeaway I want for any of our affiliates or anyone listening who wants to get a TikTok started is just to dive in. And, there are a lot of ways to be successful on TikTok. You don't necessarily have to be dancing for the camera. You can just talk to the camera. You don't necessarily have to be on camera. One of our affiliates just started an account on Local 802.
Right, the American Federation of Musicians. They're affiliated with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're really good at video memes.
Oh, groove with me, baby.
Call the union. What are you waiting for? Call the union now.
I haven't even seen a person behind the camera, or in front of the camera rather, just yet. And they do a really nice job getting their message out with those video memes. So you can even comment on another TikTok that was posted. So I know Planet Money has done some really interesting videos on unions there through NPR. And then we did like a stitch of that video, and then we made some commentary on it.
Unions are popular and they're created democratically. Well, it's union busting.
If unions didn't work, do you think that companies would spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trying to stop them and break them up and prevent you from unionizing?
So there are a lot of ways that you can be successful.
And so if you were trying to help promote someone like, say, Local 802, how does that work? Like, can you share or mention them, and then that would help with their audience, help them build an audience?
Yeah, you can actually recommend TikTok videos to your following. So we can recommend their videos to our following. You can stitch videos from other users or duet videos. So that's when you react like side by side as their video is going on. And, I also want to talk a little bit more about the trending sounds, just because it's so important, these trending sounds, and it's good inspiration too. It's going to help you figure out what to post when you don't have any ideas. I didn't mention how to find them, which is really important. So if you go into the search bar and you type in trending sounds, you're going to get a results page, but at the top, there'll be another ribbon where there'll be some options, including sounds. So you have to tap that. And then you can see what's trending right now, all the sounds, and you can look at the videos that are attached to each sound, so you can get some inspiration, see if there are any formats or something you're supposed to do to the sound. Like sometimes there's like a certain dance or otherwise. You'll see as you look through them.
Well, you're doing a great job. Ours has really taken off. We appreciate all the time that you spend working on that. Thank you, Liz.
Thanks, Darcy. It's been a lot of fun.
This has been a production of the New York State AFL-CIO. Our president is Mario Salento. Our secretary-treasurer is Terry Melvin. We're a federation of 3,000 unions representing 2.5 million union members, retirees, and their families, with one goal: to raise the standard of living and quality of life of all working people. We keep New York State unions strong by fighting for better wages, better benefits, and better working conditions. For more information on the labor movement in New York, visit nysaflcio.org. Until next time, stay union and stay strong.